Sammy Shelor.
And he's here today for the last session on the new Buddy Pendleton and Friends CD. And we just wanted to get to know a little bit more about you.
Well, I grew up in the same county as Buddy Pendleton, and started playing at the age of 5 years old, and got to play music with Buddy pretty much all my life. And was fortunate enough to get to produce an album on him about 5 years ago, and it was long overdue because Buddy has a lot of music in him and knows a lot of fiddle, and I'm glad to see another project being done on Buddy, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Glad that I was asked to get to play on this record.
Well, I know that I've watched you play on many of the different websites I've seen.
All right.
And I've heard you on your CDs, and I was just amazed at the your ability to, the music just flows like right through you. I mean,
well, thank you. I'm just a hillbilly that loves music, and I've been fortunate enough to get to play to a lot of people in the last 30 or 35 years, and just feel blessed to get to do what I love.
Okay, and the other thing I was going to ask you is, when was the very first time that you ever picked up a musical instrument?
1967. It's 1967. I was 5 years old, and my grandfather played the banjo, and he, I think, decided before I was born that I was going to be a banjo player because I was exposed to banjo music from the time I was born, and he got me started and taught me the first half a dozen songs that I learned, and then I just took it from there and started listening to old albums and learning from everybody I could listen to. There was a gentleman from Henry County, Virginia, named Gene Parker, who is also a good friend of Buddy's, who's one of my biggest influences, and he played with a group called the Lost and Found for many years, and so I had a lot of great teachers and influences, and just a wealth of music to listen to in this part of the country. Old time music, bluegrass, good old country music. I've been influenced by everything. To me, there's two kinds of music, and that's good and bad. And I've been exposed to a lot of good music over the years.
And do you feel like that you're definitely keeping the tradition alive?
Well, yes. I mean, I'm a very simplistic banjo player. I don't play a lot of fancy licks, they call them, or whatever. I play the melody, and so when I hear a song, when I hear a singer sing a song, I try to play on the banjo what that singer sings, and that portrays the melody of the song, and I don't try to play anything other than what the melody is.
Okay. And the other question I was going to ask you is, can you remember back your very first performance in front of a live audience, and how did you feel that very first time?
Oh, I was so young, I was too stupid to be scared, and I think the first time was probably in the little town I grew up in, Meadows of Dan. They had some kind of function there in the little town, and I got up and played 2 or 3 songs on the banjo. I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and it was just really comfortable. I just feel like this is what I was meant to do, and I've never been nervous. I played in front of crowds of 10, and I've played in front of crowds up to about 40,000. And I don't get nervous. I just enjoy what I do, and hopefully the crowd enjoys what I do. And that's the reason I keep doing it.
Excellent. And the other question